Which stock is the better buy, Apple or Amazon? I'm going to answer that question in this video, analyzing across several critical metrics. So let's get right into it. First thing I want to look at is the price change in 2022. Apple stock fell 26.8%, while Amazon fell 49.62%. The next thing let's look at is their revenue growth quarterly going back to just before 2020. Let's look at recent trends, and they've followed pretty closely. Amazon was ahead early on. Apple pulled ahead in the middle parts, and then Amazon has taken over again. Longer term, I think Amazon will recapture the lead in terms of revenue growth from Apple. So I would give the advantage in revenue growth to Amazon here. Next, let's look at profitability, operating income on the top and operating profit margin on the trailing 12 months on the bottom. And what we could see here is Apple's got the lead, considered more than 10 times, nearly more than 10 times the operating income of Amazon. And then if we look at the margin going trailing 12 months, Apple is again more than 10 times more profitable than Amazon. So even though Amazon is growing revenue faster, Apple's revenue is more lucrative because it's generating more profits, right? What's the use of generating more revenue if it's not going to lead to more profits? And that's an advantage, a significant advantage that Apple has over Amazon, is that each dollar of sales for Apple means 10 times more than each dollar of sales for Amazon does, because it flows to the bottom line more completely than Amazon's does at only a trickle, with just an operating margin of just 2.58% in the trailing 12 months. The next thing I want to look at is their cash flow yield, Apple and Amazon, comparing across going back all the way before 2014. And again, Apple showing a considerable advantage over Amazon in terms of free cash flow yield. And that advantage was narrowing up until the recent few quarters, where now it's turned around and that gap is widening again. Apple's free cash flow yield is rising, while Amazon's free cash flow yield is falling, and in fact turning negative over several quarters more recently. So the advantage in terms of free cash flow yield goes to Apple as well. Finally, let's look at valuation, and I'm going to look at the forward price to earnings ratio, where Amazon is trading at a forward PE of 58.8, while Apple is trading at a PE of 22. So Amazon is more than twice as expensive as Apple using this metric. And then looking at the bottom, judging with the price to free cash flow, Amazon's metric is not very informative because its free cash flow has turned negative recently. But the last update we had, it was trading at a price to free cash flow of 239, whereas Apple is trading at a price to free cash flow of 19.91, which is a relatively fair value to pay for a company as excellent as Apple is in terms of generating sales growth and generating incredibly excellent operating profitability. So to answer the question, which stock is the better buy, Amazon or Apple, I'm going to say Apple is the better stock to buy right now. This answer might change in the future, so stay tuned to my channel for any of those updates. But for now, Apple is the better buy. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.